Some people may regret their decision 1 or 2 years down the road and end up moving back to where they came from. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to name the top reasons you might really regret moving to Lower Alabama and why you might end up leaving.
I recommend you all listen to all of our reasons too, because the last thing you'll want is to move all the way down here, find out you hate it, and then have to pack up and leave.
That's right. And if y'all don't know, I'm Tony and this is my partner Jess. We're a couple of local realtors here, and if this is your first time visiting our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you tap that little bell to be notified of each and every video we dive into.
We talk about everything there is to know about living in Lower Alabama, and with that said, we're getting those reach outs, we're getting those emails, those calls, those Zoom meetings every single day from people who are moving here, and we love it. And huge thank you to those who are putting their trust in us with their big move down here to Lower Alabama. So if you're watching this and you want to move here too, then give us a call, shoot us a text. Days, nights, weekends, we're full-time relocation specialists, and we've got your back when moving anywhere in Lower Alabama.
Now, you might be thinking, Tony, why are you telling us this? Why would you want to tell us about the top reasons that we'll regret moving here? And honestly, guys, this is my home. I love it here, but it's not for everybody. And for people to pick up, move here, buy a house, do all that work, only to find out that they really don't fit in here, or this isn't the place for them, and end up having to leave, I don't know, that would just suck.
Or even worse, and what locals hate the most, people move here, they don't embrace the culture, and instead try to change our beautiful little slice of heaven. So just imagine if you moved here and found yourself in that situation. It would be very, very frustrating because you'd be fighting a long uphill battle. And also the locals here definitely don't want to see people moving here from blue states trying to make it more like the places that they came from.
We don't do that here.
Red states.
We're a red state. We don't want to change into a blue state. It's literally the one thing we hear the most from just about everyone.
That's what I meant.
So, okay, let's get on with the show, y'all. The first top reason why people end up regretting moving here is because they don't take our summer seriously, or they don't understand how much rain we truly get.
We can't talk. Yeah, it's April right now, and if you're in 45 of the other states of the country, you're not experiencing the heat we're getting already. Personally, I love it. Who doesn't love vitamin D, some rain to get us hot and humid, and to water all these majestic live oaks and Spanish moss that we have everywhere, palm trees.
But Tony's a rare breed. I don't always like going outside when it's that humid, especially when our temperatures are in like the 90s for consecutive weeks, and that does happen every single year. And I have to fight this crazy guy to turn on the AC, believe it or not. Our house could be like 75, and he's like, it's fine. So if y'all can't live like that, then this may be a deal breaker for you.
All right, number 2. Now this is for the people that are moving out of these big cities thinking, I'm done with that big city life. I just want to go live in a small town. Lower Alabama has a lot of quaint small towns, and Mobile is our biggest city in the area with just over 180,000 people.
Yeah, think about that. That's our metro area. And if you're going out for a night on the town, it can be a real shock when you go out and there's just not that many people.
Where is everybody, huh?
There's not a whole lot to do.
And they realized that the city was really energy charging for them, and they enjoyed it. But, you know, they thought for a minute, because that the big cities were, you know, having a pretty hard time, at least right now, that they needed to get out of there.
Exactly. So just know, if you come to Lower Alabama, there's going to be a different culture. There's going to be a different feel to things. People are going to be way, way, way more laid back and easygoing. And they really don't like people that are in a rush all the time, who are being rude because, like, oh my gosh, you're just not moving fast enough.
Excuse me, hairnet. Yeah. Need a little of the quinoa salad, please, and throw a couple extra cranny bees on top if you could, and kind of need you to hurry up, Chief. Chop, chop. Next.
So don't come here beeping your horns, huffing and puffing, or trying to rush us in any way, because taking our time is the Southern way.
Yeah, if you're tapping your foot or saying something snarky, I promise you are not gonna fit in. or you're just gonna have to adapt to the local environment. So just be aware that if you're coming from a big city, it's not gonna be like that.
And we don't ever want it to be like that. Now, the third reason people regret moving out here is they come from a nice big city with skyscrapers and buildings in the area, and that's what they're used to.
And then what they don't understand is, especially here in Lower Alabama, is you don't have that at all. Nothing like that is here. The tallest building in the city of Mobile is a whopping 35 stories at the RSA Battle House Tower. But what we do offer is much better than a concrete jungle. Here you've got your rivers and your bayous and your bays and lakes and creeks and the Gulf of Mexico, and you have your forests, and people aren't necessarily used to that. They're not used to having to drive, through tunnels to get from one side of the bay to the other. And to some, I guess that can be scary. Now, I don't know why so many people hate crossing the bay from one side to the other, but I swear you'd think they were entering like the Amityville horror house or something.
I think it's more the transplant people who are scared of the water here because we live where the gators are. The locals are the ones who don't want to cross the bay because if they hit traffic on the bayway, it ruins their entire day. But if I'm being honest, traffic here is an extra 20 minutes because remember, we're in Lower Alabama, not one of those big metro cities that's super congested and the population's really high and you can't travel 2 miles within an hour even.
So something else to be aware of is number 4. If you're used to the city life, where there's plenty of roadways and tons of options for traveling, then Lower Alabama may not be the place for you. Our roadways aren't that big on I-10, or when you're off the interstate for that matter.
We don't have big airports, and the airports we do have, you have to get connecting flights to a lot of places if you're traveling far or trying to go abroad.
Driving to the airport could be different from what you're used to in general. Again, nobody is racing to get there. You could be sitting at a stoplight and the light turns green, and then after about 5 to 10 seconds, the guy in front of you finally registers it's time to move.
And you can't just go blowing your horn like you do in the north. It's more disrespectful to lay in your horn than it is to sit at a green light.
It's not getting any greener. Come on, man. Come on. Oh! Go!
She's serious. Take our word for it. The slow pace of life here is no joke. It's actually a way of life. And they don't want us Yankees changing that. So be warned.
Number 5, another big reason people regret moving here is they think there's gonna be lots of stuff that you can do indoors. But honestly, we're not a big city. You've got concerts outdoors at the wharf and on the beach for the Hangout Festival.
And you've got golf courses everywhere, but there's not many simulators in the area. Mobile's building a Topgolf, but besides that, there's only one other indoor simulator that can host, multiple people for a party or, the boys, and that's in Spanish Fort.
Well, there was very little play today at area golf courses. Heavy rain is bad for business in the sport of golf, with one exception. No shortage of golfers at Fairway's Indoor Golf in Spanish Fort.
We actually hit the internet and Googled it, and they said this was the closest place to us to do this, and that's why we're here.
John Campbell and 20 of his buddies from Louisiana and Arkansas are on an Alabama golfing road trip, but they ended up playing courses like Pebble Beach thanks to Fairway's Indoor Golf's 4 state-of-the-art golf simulators.
Yeah, of course you would know exactly where it is. We have mini golf and go-karts, zoos and stuff to do, but again, it's all outside because we have gorgeous weather most of the year. You can catch a movie, go shopping, we have a roller rink. Those are the only activities I think we really do indoors. Anytime we go out to eat, we're trying to find outdoor seating, even when it's 90 degrees and humid. As long as we have our sweet tea, we are a-okay.
So if you don't enjoy outdoor activities like boating and fishing and hunting and kayaking and paddleboarding, all the great things that we can do outside, then LA is not gonna be your jam. And this brings us right into number 6, and that's the wildlife. Here in Lower Alabama, we have some pretty scary animals to some people, like gators and cottonmouths and rattlesnakes and copperheads, jellyfish, sharks, even the cute little lizards may scare some of y'all.
Not just a few random ones here or there either. They are here and they are plentiful. They might hide from you, but you'll see all of the above, and you'll see them even more often if you're out in the wild. So think twice before you go into any body of water, and be careful when walking in tall grass.
Yeah, if I'm in some really tall grass on the golf course, just keep my ball. I don't need it that bad, but I'll still go fishing and swimming in the Gulf or kayaking in the bay.
Yeah, we tell people all the time that the gators are more scared of you than you are of them. And we just kind of stay where it's shallow enough to see if there's jellies getting close or any sharks.
And it's pretty rare to see a shark out here, but they are here, so don't be surprised if you do.
I don't know, them sharks have been popping up a lot lately. Gulf Shores and Orange Beach always have shark sightings. Just 2 weeks ago, someone caught a great white right in the Gulf Shores. It was like 10 feet.
Thought they must have a large tiger shark on the hook, which are common in the Gulf. They were about to find out otherwise.
It's a great white. It's a great white, guys.
To say the next few moments were chaotic may be an understatement, as the group realized they'd hooked the world's largest predatory fish, a great white. The pandemonium quickly turned to a focus on releasing the shark quickly. 63 seconds later, it was free to probably never be caught again. If you're thinking this catch is unusual, the Northern Gulf of Mexico's leading shark expert would agree.
But
one person.
Honestly, I feel like those are all reasons we moved here. Give me the heat, nice people, and a slower lifestyle.
The beach, along with those sharks and jellyfish.
If this is something you can get used to, make sure y'all give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email to get started. And until the next video, we'll see y'all later.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. If you're ready to make a move, set up a Zoom call and let's talk. See you guys.